Life is
These two men have never met, but share something personal in common. Both are breast cancer survivors. Steve Blethen found out thanks to a heart rate monitor he wore around his chest. It malfunctioned while he was biking.
So I started feeling around, and all of a sudden there was, I felt this lump.
He went to the doctor the next day, had a biopsy later that week, and got the news no one wants to hear.
You have cancer.
Dr. Alan Johns is an OB/GYN at Baylor All Saints in Fort Worth. He recalls returning home from a morning run.
Took a shower, and I had one of these big mirrors behind the lavatory. And I literally was toweling off and looked up in the mirror, and my right nipple was inverted, sucked in.
From his own experience of being a doctor, he knew the inverted nipple likely meant cancer.
I got cold, and I knew exactly what it was. I could feel a little pea-sized lump.
But with his busy life of teaching, operating, and traveling, Dr. Johns didn't seek treatment right away. It wasn't until he took off his shirt at the lake and his daughter said something.
When she pointed at my nipple, she said, "Ooh, Daddy, that's ugly."
That's when he finally decided to see a doctor. He got a biopsy. It was breast cancer. Both men now had to deal with a disease that affects mostly women. Blethen went for a lobectomy,
I just didn't want to just totally take off the side of my chest.
while Dr. Johns had a mastectomy.
Once I knew my node was negative, then I was happy. I didn't really care about the mastectomy or not.
What are the odds of a male OB/GYN getting diagnosed with breast cancer? Dr. Johns basically laughs at the thought. He kept a sense of humor even during his chemotherapy.
Women like to rub your head if you're bald, and it's kind of cool.
Blethen, too, tried to keep his spirits high, but things got more challenging after his wife was also diagnosed with breast cancer.
My first thought was just kind of like dismay and how's this going to work? There weren't as many unknowns. I didn't have to go searching for a doctor. I didn't have to go worrying about what the process would be because I already knew it.
Both men and Steve's wife are now cancer-free and are all big supporters of breast cancer awareness and research.
I love pink. I wear pink all the time.
Thankfully, Blethen can now laugh at this tube top that he woke up in post-surgery. But still, it's an embarrassing topic, men with breast cancer.
I hope that all men will get some kind of notice that, it's okay for you to check because cancer can happen to anybody in breasts.
Both men are open and discuss the disease freely in hopes the next man diagnosed will also be a survivor. For DallasNews.com, I'm Tommy Noel.